Alright, so I've seen Companion, and this is the new sci-fi thriller. I'd say taking like a bit in a direction of where you find a couple that goes into a weekend getaway. Because especially what this movie is, especially not only from it's a wild film packed with so much stuff and reveals, while there are also some twists involved which I did not expect, especially for what the marketing has not shown you. I went into this blind, and I have a lot to say here right now. And so this will be my full non-spoiler review for the movie. Go over my impressions, especially from the elements, what was combined and made this a wild ride, especially with the twists and so much more involved. And so, if you're new, then be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so it's on any future bits. But now, let's get into it. And now, going into this movie, especially for what you see online with the marketing and the trailers, especially this is starring Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher, and even for what this movie plot is, it's about you think that this is like a couple trying to go to a weekend getaway to meet up with friends, and because especially this is coming from the creator, the person that did Barbarian, that's right, Jack Quaid, and even with that movie, I thought was so disturbing the first time I watched it, and that movie was packed with twists and so much stuff. But even with the movie Companion, and especially for what that term meant going into it, this is basically about androids. I mean, especially if you've seen like the other trailers where they reveal like some twists, but don't worry, I went into this like completely blind, and this is like the type of movie that's like so different. It's like kind of like a love story, but like packed with some reveals and some things that you did not expect, and like from how like the movie opens up, for how it hooks you in as like a viewer, and to find out what really happens like towards the end. It's like, how did this happen, or what's involved in this. And even though I enjoyed everything I saw, I knew like for what was about to happen, but even for how they marketed this movie, it was kind of clever for what they were doing without giving anything away. And trust me, I went into this blind, like without seeing any trailers, especially scrolling through social media and finding like a TV spot that pops up on my feed. But I went into this completely blind, and I gotta say, I enjoyed my experience, and I think everyone should too. They're like great thrilling elements, and especially for when you get more into the movie, all the stuff gets revealed. And it doesn't get revealed to you like right away, but it's something that like, wow, it'll like really shock you, have you on the edge of your seat. It's kind of like, oh man, like who is the one behind everything? Like with this couple right here, and I think things go haywire. Things go south. That's the way I could put it for you. And even with the performances coming from Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher, but even with Sophie Thatcher in general, I really enjoyed her performance, what she brings to this thriller movie. And I just like really liked how she really brought it into the character and brought all the emotions of how it truly feels to really love someone, and even like for how like she was acting towards Jack Quaid's character that plays Josh, and especially with their on-screen chemistry, I just really liked it, and I liked it quite a bit. And even for all the other performances, all the other cast members, and even Lucas Cage, which I pretty much enjoyed. It was a decent performance, and I enjoyed every bit of like humor that was brought on, especially if you know him from Smile 2, and you'll definitely like him in this movie. And it's just like a great group of people in this movie, and there's like outstanding things that goes on. I strongly suggest for people going to see this movie this weekend is to stay off of social media to avoid spoilers. This is the movie where there are like twists everywhere, but if you think the trailers reveal the big twist, don't worry, there are a bunch of reveals and twists like once you go and see the movie. And also, for what this movie has set us upon, is like find someone made just for you, and that's how the movie kind of like presents itself, but in like a good way. It's telling like a love story, but it's a thriller. As you get later into the movie, when all the stuff gets unpacked, and trust me, I was like, wow, like shots of what was shown, and I think like it had like so many good twists and turns. And I don't want to say much, but you'll definitely want to keep an eye on Jack Quaid's character Josh, because something is revealed about him. I'm not gonna say which, but I mean I'll definitely talk more about it. They packed like a ton of kills and things that you really love as a horror fan, while also trying to be so like thrilling and trying to combine all those things together into like a really good movie. So clever of the way that they handled this movie and trying to connect the pieces together, and also touch upon the message on AI and things that are revealed about each character that you really were not expecting. So expect the unexpected, but there's like so much that goes down in this film. As it all starts with like a meet cute, but then it turns into a wild, scary ride from beginning to end, and I think that's something that the viewer will enjoy, especially as it is marketed as like a love story between the two. Jack Quaid really gives it his best, especially when it comes to his performances, especially as we all know him as Huey from The Boys, and what he puts into his character. It's really cool. I mean, I don't want to get into too much, but there are some things revealed about him. But I mean, I gotta say, like, I feel like this movie really pulls it off well. It was like so good. Because I have a feeling that people are really going to come out really liking this movie, and I feel like people like are really going to get into this movie having like a good feeling about it, and that's how it felt like just by going into this thriller. And oh my god, there's like so much in here that I want to pack in here, but I think I'll later talk about spoilers. But because I have a feeling like there's like so much packed in here, but a crazy ride filled with elements of finding like love and like just like being like a romantic story, while also trying to be a horror film with a companion. It is a really cool thriller while also being wild, and also it was greatly entertaining too. With the script writing itself, it was like kind of like off the heels, but it was just like truly interesting of the way that they unpack things. So yeah, I definitely had a good time with this movie, and wow, like there's like so many reveals and so many things that I was just mind blown out by the time the credits roll. I really came out liking it. So I want to say, for my final thoughts right here, I enjoyed the film. I thought it was a good, wild, decent movie. All of the love connection elements that made it into a love story, but also made it like a thrilling movie filled with kills, reveals, and so many twists once it gets later on into the movie. And I think, yeah, there's like great performances, especially from Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher and other great people in this movie. I thought like they did a good job, and I think it's definitely a recommend, especially if you're looking for a love story turn thriller, you know, robots, and just like stuff like that. There's like so much revealed in this movie that you have to go and see this blind. Well, look at any social media marketing, but I have a feeling people are gonna get spoiled anyways. But yeah, that's all I gotta say for you. And yeah, I mean, I hope you enjoy it as well as I did as well. But that's gonna do it for this video. Just let me know in the comments below, and if you've seen Companion, just let me know in the comments below. What would you rate this movie? 1 out of 10 if you've seen it, and what would you like about it? Just let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe and turn on notifications about future videos. And also follow all my social medias over linked down below. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.